Hello everybody and welcome to the Hunter Gatherer channel. And on this video we're going to check a couple of boxes that have just single brood chambers, and we're going to go through a few of the hives just to see how they're doing. In this area we have 11 colonies, and I went through all of them a couple weeks ago, or a week ago, and I was pretty nervous because I thought I was missing a bunch of queens. And so I went through and looked, and some I could find queens and some I couldn't find queens. Some had eggs, some of them didn't. So I tried to figure out which ones had them, which ones didn't. And then like 2 or 3 days later I came back through the spots that I thought didn't have queens, and guess what? I was just a little early on those queen cells that were swarm cells, and I thought maybe they went out to get mated and didn't make it back. And I found queens in every box except for one. This one right here, and I'm going to get in that today just to see what's going on. The rest of these, 10 of the 11, I've seen queens or eggs that were being laid. So I'm excited about that. And now we're going to get into some of the boxes and see if it's time to put a second box on. On the last video, I showed you how to try to take back some space on bees that you tried to build too quickly. So this one, I want to get in and try to see what it looks like when it's definitely time to add another box. Now I have, in this area of the apiary, I have 2 different colonies that are just a single brood chamber. I know some people run just a single brood chamber. I think it can work and make it through winter and all that, but what I've learned for me is that the double definitely works. So the single can work, you can really build them up and you can really get honey quick, but to try to make it through winter, I think up here in New York where I'm at, I really need 2 deeps to have enough resources to make it through. I'm sure there's some people in New York that'll tell me that's not true. So everybody has their own way, but that's the way I've been doing it. So I want to get into this box and see. You see these rocks on these boxes? There's a bunch of different ways. Some people use bricks, some people use other ways. It's brick up on the top, brick on the side, brick down, brick this way, this way. I don't have that of a like specific way of putting them out here. It just kind of gives me an idea. Hey, this one I don't see a queen, or there's a queen cell. Just put in some eggs for a queen, and there's definitely a queen. That's the way I did it. All right, let's pop this lid off. Now you might see this newspaper here. That was something else. That newspaper on this one and this one. That was, one of them was I had a swarm that I caught and I captured the queen. And I came back 2 days later to get the queen out of the cage, and it had been cold that night. And the bees had all settled on a different frame instead of the one that the queen was on in the queen cage, or queen clip. And I think she froze or starved, and I was pretty frustrated with that. I don't know what happened. I had her on a frame that had comb, but they went on the other side of it. So I took them and I put them on top of here with newspaper to break the scent, and once they chewed their way through, they worked together, so that just strengthened that hive up a lot. And I did the same thing with this box here. This box is about where the other box was when I thought it was time to move. This one's not drawn out, this one's not drawn out. This one looks like it's maybe not drawn out either. So they got a little more space. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drawn out completely. There's one here that's starting to draw. And now I've got sugar water on here just to try to help them with drawing out this comb. There is a pretty good nectar flow right now, but try to give that, to just give them a little bit of help. And these frames, they're that drawn out, or that extra super waxed foundation. They're starting to pull it out of the top a little bit. Now you can see this one. They're drawn out all the way. Eggs and larvae with pollen around it. I mean, that looks great. And on the back side here, they're about half, or not half, about a quarter or an eighth of the way drawn out. And they're really working at it. So that's good. It gives me a pretty good feeling that they're going to be building this up pretty soon. This is all capped brood. This stuff is just opening up. Got some little ones working their way out. This is all capped. I mean, once these start popping, they're gonna really build. We have a lot more helpers to draw this all out. This is all new comb here. All capped brood and larvae. Same on this side here. So this is all about 3/4 of the way drawn out. We've got eggs. More eggs and larvae here. And then this last one here looks like it's about half drawn, and I don't know, maybe she's laying on this one. We've got eggs where she could, and they're putting nectar in as well. Top half to top quarter is all honey. I'm gonna say this is not a candidate yet. We're not gonna put anything on this one. We're gonna go down to that next single down there and take a peek and see if it's ready for a box. And my son, Benjamin, today's his birthday, June 9th. He's 24. Woo! Anyway, he's showing some interest in the bees. When he was younger, he showed some interest, and he's mentioned wanting to get into them. So next week, between Monday and Wednesday, one of those 3 days, he's going to come over and we're going to get into bees. So we'll make sure we get into this, and it's a good possibility it'll be time for a box by then. I'm pretty sure this box is not as far along as that other one was, but I wanted to peek in here just to see. This is the one that I took a box off of, because I had 2 boxes here and they weren't built up that strong, and then I couldn't find a queen in here. It was one of the ones that had a queen cell, and I couldn't find the queen, and actually I gave it a box of eggs from one of the other hives. I think it was actually the hive that we were just in. I gave a frame of eggs to it, and I came back in like 4 days later, and they hadn't started building any emergency cells on it. And I thought, what the heck? They're not going to get a queen if they don't build one. And I was looking around for mated queens, and I couldn't find anybody with any. And I got back in the box, like I said, 4 days later I got back in the box, and I started searching through, and I took every frame out, and she was on this outside board, not even on a frame when I got all the frames out. So sometimes they're in the middle, sometimes they're on the very outside of the last frame, and sometimes they're actually on the wood. And if you don't take everything out, sometimes you're not going to find them. So that's how I found her, and I was like, thank you, Lord, I got a queen in there. And this was like maybe a week or so ago. So there's probably not going to be that much now that I'm thinking about it, and that was maybe a week and a half ago. But I just want to see, they're drawing this out, they're drawing this one out a little bit. And really I want to kind of just see if I can find any eggs from her being in there. So, and this should have some brood on it if they paid attention to those eggs that I put in here. There's some, just a few larvae in here, and actually, we have a queen cell. So they did it anyways, even though that I found that queen. So I'm gonna go through here and look and see if I can find any eggs. And gotta remember that I have that cell right there because this box here, I put some eggs in it too at the same time because I couldn't find a queen. The queen that I found in here looked like a virgin queen. She was pretty small. Like I said, it was about a week ago. So she could either A, just have gotten mated, or B, be laying, or C, went out to get mated, didn't make it back, or all kinds of different things. But we're gonna just keep looking. If nothing else, we have that queen cell started. We might just leave it in there and let it do what it's got to do. See what happens. I'm not seeing any eggs yet. And this is the one that she was on all the way out on this outside board, so maybe that's where she likes to be. There she is. I'm not going crazy, and she's a lot bigger now. I don't know what she's up to. Maybe she's just getting ready to start laying. I don't see any eggs. So let's see here. If I can get her to you. Where'd she go? She was on the far right. Maybe she popped over to the other side. Yeah, there she is. I don't know. I can't see the screen very well because of the sun. Can anybody see her? Oh, I see her right there. Right dead center of the screen. So I'm going to say we've got a queen, and she looks bigger than she did the last time I was in there. I say she's mated. She looks beautiful. She just doesn't look as big as some of them. So, no eggs yet, but I got a feeling that she's going to do the job. We just got to hope she keeps it up. So, she's a beauty. That's what I say. All right, girl. You can do it, sweetie. Get going. Let's go. All right, we're gonna put her right back. So I'm saying, even though they're building the queen cells over there, I don't think we need those queen cells. I just don't know what they're up to on the rest of this area here. A lot of nectar and pollen. Nectar and a lot of pollen. This whole thing's pollen. So, leave that on the outside. Don't know what to do with that yet. I'm gonna move some stuff around in here just because I like my queens to be starting from the middle out. And so I'm going to carefully take the frame that had the queen on it, and I'm going to put her right in the middle of the box. Trying to see if she's still on here or if she jumped ship. frame you like, so I'm going to put it right in the middle. She's not on it now. I just saw a drone that looked a lot like her with that dark caramel color. There she is. Okay. I'm putting her right in the middle. Okay. And they're drawing these frames out. Got a really nice frame of solid honey here. Set that there. Hopefully, we'll draw all the rest of this out, and she'll be laying the next time I get in this box. And this might go in my nuke if I can't find another spot for that queen cell. So that is this box. They're doing well. They have a queen. They've got resources. They've got space. Keep their rock on the back here. And that's checking your boxes to see if you need to put another box on. If I had about 8 frames that were all the way drawn out and we had brood, capped brood, then we'd be moving up. Maybe not capped, maybe like almost capped. I mean, we just don't want them to not have enough space. We don't want them to think it's time to swarm. So we'd give them space. There's a good nectar flow going on right now. I do have sugar water on just to try to help them out because they're a smaller colony. Anyway, that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed getting in the boxes with me. Hopefully this next time you see this box, we'll be throwing another box on it because they're building up so well. Hope that beautiful queen starts to lay some eggs and really builds this colony up. Just want to thank you for swinging by and checking out the videos. If you haven't yet, hit that like button and hit the subscribe button. We're just trying to build, we're trying to learn, we're trying to grow our knowledge and grow other people's knowledge as well as we go. We've got a lot of different stuff on the channel. Hunting, fishing, different outdoors things, the honeybees, and even my beautiful wife gets on once in a while and does a cooking video. So if you like any of those things, it'd be awesome if you'd hit the subscribe button so it'll let you know when we've got a new video out. And we're just plugging away, trying to reach the 500 mark. That's pretty close. We got about 60 to go, and then trying to hit that 1,000 mark to show that, you know, people are interested and we're really trying to put out good content and interesting information. So if you would hit that subscribe button, we'd really appreciate it, and we just definitely thank you for coming by. So that's going to be it. Just wanted to let you know that we love you and God loves you, and we'll see you on the next one. And happy beekeeping. See you.